Yeah. And of course, knowing me, I didn't. Oh, shit. Oh, it's better, a little bit, maybe. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? You in this thing, you tuned in with your boy Quadeuce, and we talking about keeping it real, man. And I think it's an epidemic on niggas keeping it real, and that's why we gotta talk about it, cause to keep it real, niggas don't keep it real no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's to the point I don't even know if niggas know what keeping it real is, and that's across all different industries, and you know what I'm saying, across all different aspects of life. People don't know how to keep it real. Everybody just basically saying, my phone keep falling. I'm trying to like DIY, create a phone stand. It's like the DIY version. Alright, we in that thing. But yeah, niggas don't be keeping it real no more. So like, I feel like it's really a shortage on keeping it real. You gotta know that. It's important. That's important because you gotta keep that in the back of your mind when you're moving around out here. That folks just ain't keeping it real no more, man. Like they might used to keep it real back in the days. They might used to back in the day, you know, wanting to see you, wanting to see people around them progress and wanting to see people around them be better. That's keeping it real. That's what it boiled down to. Folks don't do that no more. Don't nobody want to see you do better than them. That's not. It's not no real shit. So, man, I'm about to show y'all and teach y'all and talk to y'all about how to keep it real. We gonna go over scenarios and shit. I just told y'all one. If you in a situation and you want somebody to do good, but you don't want them to do better than you, you're not keeping it real. If they deserve to do better than you and they deserve to surpass you, you know what I'm saying, because they work for it, then that's what they deserve. When you sitting there trying to manipulate it or sitting there trying to make it to where they can't get to where they supposed to reach to because you feel some type of way about it, when that ain't got nothing to do with you because that's what they deserve, then you're not keeping it real. It's 2025. Who really keeping it real? Hit that subscribe button if you really keeping it real in 2025. And I notice my screen keep flickering. I gotta apologize to y'all. I don't know why my screen does that when I move. It goes from light to dark. I'm not sure if y'all can see it on y'all end. But your politicians not keeping it real. The niggas in the streets no longer keeping it real. The government not keeping it real. Who keeping it real? We in a world where it's ideal to be fake and it's ideal to be um unauthentic. I want to go back to the times where keeping it real is what people strive to do and people strive to be. I want to go back to the times where keeping it real is the thing that we reach for and strive for. Folks not striving and reaching to keep it real no more. Keeping it real also got a lot to do with sacrifices. They got a lot to do with sacrifices because when you decide to keep it real, you gotta sacrifice some things. Like I can't do certain things to you if it ain't keeping it real within me. You feel me? You might have to go against the culture and against the thoughts and opinions of other people and the morals of other people in order to keep it real. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you hear what I'm saying, you understand it. And it's something that is, you know, catching your ear and making sense to you. Also, you gotta keep it real on a personal level before you can ever keep it real on a large scale or in a group. Everybody want to keep it real on a larger scale, but it starts on a personal scale, like a one versus one, me and you, we in front of each other, interacting with each other, and in that moment we have a choice whether we're going to keep it real with each other or whether we're going to not keep it real. You got a choice, baby. At the end of the day, you got a choice, baby. You could keep it real or you could keep it fake. But if you gonna keep it fake, you gonna have to fucking keep it pushing. You understand what I'm saying? Cause you got to stay away from me, you heard me. Also, to be real, a lot of people can't even keep it real. They ain't got it in them. Like, it's a different type of level of pedigree. It's a different type of level of suffering. You know what I'm saying? That come with keeping it real. Like, you gotta suffer to keep it real. Because mostly everybody you encounter and run into that's around you not gonna keep it like that. And that's why you gonna suffer keeping it real. When everybody fake and you the realest one around, you gonna be the one that's like, damn, why everybody like this? So you gonna be the one suffering for real. At the end of the day, also being over realistic sometimes could be considered not keeping it real because everybody can't be 100% real all the time. Like sometimes you're gonna get the urge to do some bullshit, but disciplinary actions of yourself, self discipline, aka, that's gonna stop you from doing that. And that's keeping it real. Like that's how you keep it real. That's how you go about doing that. For those that be having problems keeping it real. Because for some of y'all, I know it might be hard to keep it real. You want to keep it real, but you got these friends peer pressuring you. You want to keep it real, but it's money to be made. You want to keep it real, but You don't want nobody judging you and looking at you crazy. Like that's what it. That's what keeping it real comes with. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody not ready for that. Not built for it. And that's obvious. You can see that in today's time, all throughout your world. You can see that in your government with your politicians. You can see that, you know what I'm saying, in your forces that's supposed to protect you, like your police forces. You can see that all around if you look around. Everybody not cut for keeping it real. And those that can't keep it real don't deserve to be in positions of power. Because with great power comes great responsibility. You gotta be responsible with your power. You understand? You gotta be responsible. Everybody wants some power till they get some power and they realize like, hey, I don't even know how to use my power. Like I'm not even responsible for real. You see what I'm saying? You gotta be responsible. It ain't no getting your power and using it for the destruction and the tearing down of people. That's not an option when you get granted power, when you get put in position to lead people, to group or organize people. Keeping it real, man. Keeping it real. We talking about keeping it real, gang. 2025, people don't keep it real. It's a pandemic on keeping it real. That's the real pandemic. Nobody ain't paying attention to this shit. Nobody not alert and aware of this shit. The real pandemic is people being fake. And every year, more shit advance, more social media, more everything. But every year, this shit advance, and people just keep getting faker and faker. People keep getting faker and faker every year. Friends, family, and we the culprit for real. We the culprit because it's a personal choice. It's a decision. It's a everyday. I'm gonna wake up and keep it real and be authentic and vibe my authentic vibration and present that to the world. That's an option. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you feel what I'm saying. Keeping it real is an option and everybody don't choose it. And for those that do choose it, it's important that you know that everybody don't choose it, so you're gonna get caught up in the fact that I don't know. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? You don't get caught up in the backstab moment when you realize you've been keeping it real with people that haven't been keeping it real with you. You see what I'm saying? So both ways, it's essential that you understand in both aspects. If you're not keeping it real, obviously you need to keep it real. You need to work on that. You need to start to choose to keep it real. I'm trying to show you how reality is. Everybody's saying they're real, but we all know that like only 90% of those people are lying, and 10% of those people are telling the truth. So that can't be right. Everybody real, but 90% of y'all lying. 10% of people, by 8 billion people in the world, it's about 10% of those people that's probably real. Everybody else lying. They got a version of themselves that they think is real, a false perception of themselves at the moment. They ain't went deep enough yet. But y'all watching me, so y'all know what's real, what's not real. And I know by the end of this video, y'all gonna have a deeper understanding of what's real and not real and how to be real. Everybody wanna holler they real, they don't know what real is. Real is to have a good understanding of reality. How fuck you gonna be real? You don't know about reality. Come on, gang. That don't even make sense. Everybody real, you don't even know what reality is. I know you ain't real. You can't be real and you don't know what reality is. Reality is the reality of things is that this shit bigger than you. The reality of things is that this not about you. The reality of things is, you live in multiple dimensions. The reality, or you know what I'm saying, you live in a universe of multiple different dimensions and places to go. The reality of things are that governments that were supposed to lead and whatever they're supposed to do with people have become super oppressive in all forms of them. These are the realities. These and the understanding of humans are needing certain things like the basic human needs. Feel me? If you understood these realities, then you could say you're keeping it real. But that's when because when people understand these realities, they start to talk like, okay, we need to get homelessness and end that. Now, we all share the same basic human needs. We don't need to have no homelessness. Shit, if you homeless, I'm homeless. You see what I'm saying? That's the reality of things. When you want to get down to it, that's keeping it real. But people don't really do that. They just think they do. You see, and you can't claim that you're keeping it real if you're not understanding these things, because that's not keeping it real. Keeping it real is something that's gonna translate. It's gonna translate from each individual thing that you do. Like it's gonna be hard to keep it real in one area and not keep it real in another area. It's gonna translate. But it's still a process. It's still something to wake up every day and choose. It's not how people think it is, as far as like some people just natively real and other people just natively not. Like now you can learn how to keep it real. Like it's a process. Like you just gotta wake up every day and choose it. In a world where everybody fake, man, you should really wish people would keep it real. World where everybody's fake, you just really wish people would be authentically themselves. The real problem with the world boiled down to that. It's the problem with everything. You got people keeping it real and people not. That's the real problem. But that's how it's always gonna be. That's never really gonna change. People gonna keep it real sometime, and sometimes people not. You just gotta find out the people that's not gonna keep it real, so you don't waste your time. And you gotta remain one of those people that's gonna keep it real in the midst of the energies of the people that's not gonna keep it real, because that's something that's hard to do as well. A lot of folks real as fuck when everybody themselves, but when people come around and that peer pressure hit, they ride along with the crowd. They ride along with the group. They no longer can keep it real. They no longer can think for themselves. They no longer can authentically be themselves in their highest form of vibration and not let the thoughts and actions of others affect them. So that's what be going on, man. That's what be going on when it comes to keeping it real, man. And folks just don't do it these days. Not like they should. Not like they could. Not like they oughta. Understand me? People don't even know how to recognize when people are keeping it real. A lot of people can't even see when somebody in their corner keeping it real with them. You feel me? Most people have been hurt so bad that any little thing you do is mistaken and taken to heart to the point that they can't even allow the idea of you being real to even exist inside their heart, inside their mind. But that's a whole, not different topic, but that's a whole another, point of conversation. Being able to accept somebody keeping it real to you or being real to you. And when I say accept, I also mean being able to like reciprocate. Cause like you gotta be able to reciprocate keeping it real back to the person. You feel what I'm saying? If you can't reciprocate it, then you'll more than likely lose them. And everybody not ready to even be in the space with somebody that can keep it real because they'll lose them. Like you don't know how to reciprocate the energy back. You saying you want real, you claim you want real, and that's cool. But if you don't know how to reciprocate it back, the energy, it ain't even no point of you getting it right now. You gotta sit down and learn how to receive and reciprocate that energy. So you don't come off looking like a leech. Come off looking like, you know what I'm saying, a person that's sucking another person dry of that type of energy. But then not being able to charge that person back up when they need you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Once we learn how to keep it real in that aspect of personal relationships on a personal level, like I keep it real with you, you keep it real with me. Then we can learn how to keep it real as a society, as a whole, in those aspects. We can learn how to keep it real in topics that matter to humanity. We can start to be together on issues and solve things instead of always being apart because our common language and our common bottom line and our common ground now is keeping it real. Once everybody understands that language, that lingo, you can easily communicate. See, we've been on for 28 minutes. We got 2 more minutes. We about to get off, and then we about to be back in about 5 minutes. We're gonna be back with another topic. I already know what I'm gonna talk about. I already got the idea in my head this time. I really ain't had no idea in my head. I kind of just made something up. I kind of receive downloads sometimes. Sometimes I get reminded of things, and then sometimes I just kind of gotta go with the flow, whatever comes to my mind. And just keeping it real, man. It's just something that came to my mind. Like I real talk, been looking around. Like man, people really don't keep it real no more. Like it's the craziest thing. Like whatever happened to that? And whatever happened to that being praised? Like it's damn them people salivating nowadays over folks that they already know is a certain type of way. Like you already know this celebrity is known for doing this foul shit. You already know that this politician is known for doing this foul shit, and you still gonna support him. You still gonna let them have a voice in society. These niggas shouldn't even be able to get a word out. I'm talking about these folks that's in Epstein files and these folks that doing all kind of shit in Hollywood and you feel me? And that's sad. That's sad because that ain't no real shit. And folks is keeping it real. We don't feel like these folks should be able to talk, roam freely, communicate. Damn sure shouldn't have billions and millions of dollars and be able to just make shit disappear whenever they want to. You know what I'm saying? That's something I never understood. Like, we really sitting here debating and shit. What is that a debate? Like, you see what it is. You see what these folks doing. They all in the news talking about a vote. I heard something in the news earlier, and I hope it ain't true. I don't know if it's true. I seen it. You know, I really don't watch the news, so it was like a little flash of it for real. But they were talking about a vote for it was it was like a vote to reveal the Epstein files and the Trump files, and I'm like, a vote? What are we voting on for real? Are we really gonna vote about some shit like this? We ain't vote about nothing else. We ain't voted about putting no military personnel out there in the Venezuela territory. We ain't voted about putting no military personnel out there in the Venezuelan territory while they out there finna go to war and shit. What was the vote powered in? Where was the idea that we need to vote and all of that thing? It was nowhere around. And it was nowhere around because real democracy does not exist. This is what you would call BS. You know what I'm saying? This is BS. Now they want to vote. I want to come to the important, the clear shit, the clear criminal activity when somebody getting the boot out. Now we voting. And why they like? I don't even understand it. Like I just don't get it. Like why he even getting the right to vote? That's almost like saying every. Cause come on now, like then every criminal should get the right to a jury and a trial, some kind of trial like that where the people vote. You feel me? Everybody don't get to say, "Hey, I committed a crime," but let's vote to see if I should review my evidence and files. But it's clear talking conversations and allegations and some people say the names that seen the files. I guess say the names is already listed and all kind of shit going on. Like what's going on in the White House? What's going on in the White House? You rocking with your boy Quadeuce? Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button. You feel me? What's going on in the White House game? Somebody gotta let me know because from what I see, it ain't good. It's not good. None of it is good. We literally have folks being able to openly withhold evidence about cases and such. It's like you almost don't know what to do with that information. Mm. You just almost don't know what to do with that info. All I can say is it's a bunch of people in a bunch of places not motherfucking keeping it real, you know what I'm saying? They're not keeping it real. That's all you can say. A bunch of people in a bunch of places is not keeping it real. What else can you say about that? Why are they even allowed to? Why is it even being allowed to come to this? I mean, I don't even know what to say. Shouldn't even be coming to this. Where were the safety nets? Where were the protocols? Where were the precautions? You know what I'm saying? How is it allowed to just be so easily just go from balanced to unbalanced as a motherfucker to like we just doing this? That's what is quite concerning. Quite concerning. But for sure, it smells of people in high places just not keeping it real. And at the end of the day, the problem is when you wake up and you look in the mirror, are you gonna say, "Man, I'm gonna keep it real today"? Are you gonna say, "I'm, I might keep it real, but it depends on if my homegirl watching me. I might keep it real, but it depends on if my job threatening to fire me. I might keep it real, but it depends on if like either you gonna keep it real or you're not. You hear me? Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button, whatever other buttons you see to click on. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna be right back with another topic in about 10 minutes. It's your boy Quadeuce. You hear me?